Welcome to the AI Applied podcast. I'm your host, Jaden Schaefer. Each week, I cover breaking AI news, tools, and interview experts giving you actionable tips on applying AI into your career, job, workflows, and life. Make sure that you go to aibox.ai, link in the show notes, to join the waitlist for our new AI platform. We're going to be launching an incredible platform that allows you to build anything you want with workflows in AI. So you're able to chain together ChatGPT and image generators and audio generators to make really powerful apps for your organization, or you can host them on our marketplace and actually generate royalties from them. So make sure to go to aibox.ai and join the waitlist. In addition, if you like the podcast, if you could do me a massive favor and please leave us a review on Apple or Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcast. This helps me be able to get better guests on here as they check the reviews to see how you guys are liking it. So if you could please do that, I would really appreciate it. Welcome to the podcast today. Today, I am actually in the San Francisco International Airport recording this, but an amazing news story just dropped and I had to take it to you. So I'll try to edit the recording around any loud PA announcements, but without further ado, let's jump into it. So today I want to talk about the fact that Databricks just purchased MosaicML, which is essentially an OpenAI competitor, for a eye-watering $1.3 billion. So I think what this really is speaking to at the moment is the fact that investors aren't the only ones who really want to get their hands on some of these really popular AI companies. There's going to be a lot of mergers and acquisitions that we see in the coming months and years, and this one by Databricks is one of the larger ones. I think what's really interesting is the fact that MosaicML is actually an open source startup with a neural network expertise, and they've built essentially a platform where organizations, corporations can go and train large language models and essentially deploy generative AI tools based on them. What I think is really incredible about this story and this company is the fact that MosaicML, previous to this, has only raised $64 million. They have some pretty notable investors. They got DCVC, AME Cloud Ventures, Lux Frontline, Atlas, Playground Global, and also Samsung Next. But I think what's really interesting is their last valuation round had them valued at $220 million. So this is an over 6x from this exit, which is a really massive price. I think that, on the one hand, that might say just how frothy the AI market is. But on the other hand, I think it also shows just how high the demand for some of this tech talent is in the AI space right now. And I also think that it's, it's kind of relative when you say frothy markets right now, because as we know, OpenAI was actually just recently valued at over, $40 billion, and Microsoft made their large investment in it. So I think that this deal is going to essentially see MosaicML become part of Databricks' Lakehouse platform. And that's going to allow, generative AI tools alongside the Databricks existing kind of a multi-cloud offering, which essentially would include integrations, storage, processing, governance, sharing, analytics, and kind of all AI-related services. Obviously, the world right now of AI is pretty buzzy because of OpenAI and specifically the potential where we see AI going into the future. I think it's important to remember that Microsoft and ChatGPT are obviously not building in a vacuum. They've dumped tons of money into this space. And I think that is actually propelling the space forward faster. And so we're going to start seeing a lot of these other companies pouring quite large sums of money in to compete, to catch up, and to fill this hole, because this isn't just something that is really popular for investors and whatnot. This is something that from the consumer side is very consumer driven from what I've seen. And, people are really itching to get their hands on the latest AI technology, and corporations are itching to, serve their customers the latest AI things. So I think this is going to be really interesting. Now, as far as what MosaicML has done, apparently their penultimate version of their LLM, which is the MPT-7B, they have over 3.3 million downloads. So this thing is fairly popular. I think one of the big differentiators between kind of Mosaic and what their approach is number one, they're open source, which I actually think is interesting that they were acquired. I know sometimes open source struggles with acquisitions and whatnot. And second, it's focused on essentially organizations that are building their own LLMs and that are based off of their own data. So Databricks said that its latest release in quotes, they said, has showcased how organizations can quickly build and train their own state-of-the-art models using their data in a cost-effective way. I think it's important to note, as far as their customers go, some of those include the Allen Institute for AI, Generally Intelligent, Hippocratic AI, Replit, and Scatter Lab. So they do have some big customers. They have some big backers. This is obviously a very serious company. Every organization, this is according to them, every organization should be able to benefit from the AI revolution with more control over how their data is used. Databricks and MosaicML have an incredible opportunity to demonstrate AI and make the Lakehouse the best place to build generative AI and LLMs. That was Ali Ghodsi, who's essentially the Databricks co-founder and CEO. He also said, Databricks and MosaicML's shared vision rooted in transparency and a history of open source contributions will deliver value to our customers as they navigate the biggest computing revolution of our time. I really think Databricks obviously is, a very successful company, and they see just the potential of grabbing one of these big players in the AI space, onboarding them. And I think this is something that's kind of a no-brainer, is when you see these kind of mergers and acquisitions where you can acquire technology that instantly is going to be helping your current customer base. It's a really no-brainer, and it's interesting to watch because a lot of times, the price they pay for these companies they acquire is actually less than they see their total, market cap of their stock bump post-acquisition. So I think that'll be an interesting thing to watch, the valuation of Databricks, how that is impacted by this acquisition. In addition, the CEO and co-founder, Naveen Rao, he's an Intel alumni. He is actually going to be staying on as part of the team after this merger. And he said, at MosaicML, we believe in a world where everyone is empowered to build and train their own AI models, imbued with their own opinions and viewpoints. And joining forces with Databricks will help us to make that belief a reality. He also said that we started MosaicML to solve a hard engineering and research problem necessary to make large-scale training more accessible to everyone. With the recent generative AI wave, his mission has taken center stage. This mission has taken center stage. Together with Databricks, we will tip the scale in favor of many, and we will do it as kindred spirits, researchers turned entrepreneurs sharing a similar vision. We look forward to continuing this journey together with the AI community. So I think there's going to be likely many more mergers and acquisitions coming up in this space. Databricks is obviously making a really big play here, but I do think it's notable the fact that we have seen a couple of others. Snowflake recently acquired Neeva, which was a startup, which was quite popular, but essentially it was going to, the idea behind Neeva was that it was an AI model that was going to take on Google, a search engine that essentially integrated ChatGPT kind of technology. But I think when Google announced Bard, they realized their market share wasn't what they, hoped. And so they were actually acquired by Snowflake. And I believe they'll still build some powerful products around search, but it's not going to be so much the consumer-led search side that competes directly with Google. It may be more, search within databases and organizations and stuff like that. So I think this is going to be really interesting to continue and follow this entire industry, definitely this company, but also the entire industry, to see how these mergers and acquisitions play out within the AI space. So this is something I'll definitely keep you updated on. If you are looking for an innovative and creative community of people using ChatGPT, you need to join our ChatGPT creators community. I'll drop a link in the description to this podcast. We'd love to see you there, where we share tips and tricks of what is working in ChatGPT. It's a lot easier than a podcast, as you can see screenshots, you can share and comment on things that are currently working. So if this sounds interesting to you, check out the link in the comment. We'd love to have you in the community. Thank you for tuning in to the AI Applied podcast. Make sure to rate this wherever you listen to your podcasts, and have a fantastic rest of your day.